You guys want to say hi to YouTube? Hi, YouTube. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hey, make sure you go and, follow, like, subscribe, all of that stuff, because it is what it is. But also follow, like, and subscribe some of the other individuals that are amazing content creators that have helped us along the way, like Tiabu, Pink Cube, here on YouTube, or on YouTube, on Twitch, Lousiest Raccoon, Brady, so on and so forth. Incredible individuals. I cannot recommend them enough. Each one bringing their own unique flavor and expertise onto it. But I also wanted to say, hey, in case you guys didn't know, in case you guys were wondering, and this is going to be like a call out to you guys as well. I am about to start my journey to get my doctorates, my PsyD, um, essentially, because I'm like, fuck it, it's time. It is what it is. And with that, I have been slowly but surely transferring a lot of the resources, a lot of the stuff I have in my old computer for like everything that I did for my master's and whatnot, and my licensure program and all of that onto my like now modern computer. But if you guys find any resources that you guys find incredibly helpful with any topic in psychology, send them to me on Discord. I would like the mods will create a channel for that, and I'll just go through and download them. So that way I just have an infinite resource. So when the time comes for me to do any form of a dissertation or anything like that, I have it all available and I can just access it like that. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm trying to do all the pre-work, get it done and ready before it even gets to that. I have a couple and I'm slowly transferring it over, but I still don't have enough. So just giving you guys, yes, I'll give you guys a heads up. One of my main topics that I'm really interested in is essentially revolving around the impacts of anime, maybe even hentai, if we're going to be honest, and, the attachment style. Really, that's honestly what I'm looking at. How does anime in general affect, like, either a person's developmental cycle growing up? Does it make us emotionally regulate more and therefore impact our attachment cycle or something like that? We're currently watching, I'm going to keep fucking this up, Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock. I don't know anything about it other than everyone keeps fucking recommending it. Bocchi, yeah, Bocchi the Rock, Bocchi. There you go, one of those two. The Rock, and I'm super duper curious about just all of it in general. It's close to Christmas time. You guys might get this later on, but I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen. I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. And leave your comments, guys. What do you guys what have you guys thought of all of this in general? Anyway, why don't we get into it? What do I expect out of this? Honestly, I don't know. I'm coming into this fucking blind. Like, you guys literally just chose this out of the poll. In case you guys don't know, this is chosen completely at random. We spin a wheel, people throw it up there, they vote on it, then they vote on it another, like, the final two again, and that's how it's so I don't know. What's the difference between a PsyD in psychology and a PhD? A PhD is research-based, a PsyD is actually like working with people. So you get a PsyD by working with people using interventions and so on and so forth, while the other one is more like, I'm going to go ahead and like survey 20,000 people, So it's like one versus the other. A PsyD is a lot more of like working hands-on with people, doing the interventions, finding out a little bit more about that. Yeah, you are just in time, Friggy. But yes, this is completely blind. We will be stopping. We will be talking about it. We will be analyzing. We will be going over a lot of stuff. And with that, why don't we just jump into it, guys? What do you guys think? Let's go.
私なんかがあの指に止まっていいのかな。そう悩んでいるうちに乗り遅れて気づいたら一人ぼっちな子。遠足
Oh, thanks so much for the gifted sub. Sorry, guys. I stopped at number 1 because I'm fixing the audio issue. And number 2 because my dogs are going fucking wild in the background. Perks of having a wolf dog. Alex, thanks so much for the sub. Thanks so much for the sub, Alex. Appreciate it. Fuck, dude, my dog just goes wild. All right, and there's also a lot to talk about that in that. We're gonna watch it one more time. Make sure the audio is good. All right, let's go.
私なんかがあの指に止まっていいのかな。そう悩んでいるうちに乗り遅れて 気づいたら一人ぼっちな子。
See, here's the thing: is I work with kids that are this old, right? Because I do group therapy. That's one of my big things. And one of the like, especially if you're starting to see isolationist stuff happen, you have to go immediately into integrative models, right? Hey, let's do forms of play that incorporate everyone so that people aren't left out. And if I isolate them and I talk to them, guess what? All of a sudden, I'm creating a fucked up attachment system where they might want to go and socialize. They might want to try and make friends. They might want to do all of this, but if they get older, now you're just gonna have a fuck ton of social anxiety. Now, like, a lot of people, the best way I can fucking put it, like, a lot of people don't seem to fucking rationalize this. A lot of people do this as a natural thing where it's like, hey, let's take you away, let's conversate, whatnot. But what might end up happening is, like, quite literally going from like a secure to an anxious attachment style, like that, right? Where all of a sudden, guess what? They're having dinners with the teachers, or they're having lunch with the teach, not dinners, lunch with the teachers, because to them, that's their safety zone. But they want to interact with other kids. They want to go out there and talk to them. But they have cognitive distortions. And these cognitive distortions are like all or nothing thinking. Or, oh, fuck, am I ever going to be good enough? Or, you know, like, all of these, like, things where they might fucking, like, social anxiety is a bitch. I'm going to throw this out there. Social anxiety is one of the main reasons why a lot of people literally start going into extreme isolationism. Where they start going into areas where they become super hyper fixated on certain topics, right? So for example, this is why we get a lot of people who are really, really into video games, really, really into anime, because for them that is the way that they emotionally regulate. And this is actually an interesting conversation I had with one of my other therapists from another part in the state. Best way to put it, I can't dox myself, but I was having this conversation with them because they're like, I don't get it. Like, we're working with a lot of kids, and a lot of the kids that are often, like, you know, socially isolated from others, whatnot, like, they become pretty fucking, like, you know, good at a certain thing, certain topics, certain things, right? And they're like, I don't get it. And I'm like, I do. Like, think about it this way. If I'm working so hard, right, or I'm like, I think I'm trying to connect with others, and I'm like, here, like, hold my hand, and no one wants to shake my hand. What do you think that puts in me but a lot of societal fucking pressure on me to try and, like, not even societal pressure, but, like, just in general, my own pressure from, like, why am I not good enough? I will never be good enough. You have all of these weird schemas that start coming into play. You start finding yourself being like, wow, if I have friends, will I fuck it up? Will I be the one that steps out and fucks shit up, right? Or maybe they won't understand me and they'll leave me because they'll find me useless. They'll find me, like, just being a fucking tick and just, like, sucking off their energy and shit. And they'll fucking think that I'm, like, nothing, right? And so you'll often see people overdevelop certain skills and certain talents as a way to have them, like, a conversation starter to get people to, like, connect with them, to form those connections, which is interesting, right? Because what do we have in society, right? What are the two basic forms of play? And as a play therapist, right, as a psychologist that does play therapy, right, what are the two basic forms of play? And the chat goes silent. They're like, what the fuck, Ed? You're so off the mark. We're 14 seconds in and Ed is already fucking missing darts, I feel it. Two basic forms of play. The stick and the rope, right? There's two basic forms of play. The stick and the rope. And by that, I mean how we connect with others, right? Or how we essentially fight with others. The man is not kinky. This time it's not kinky, right? But what I'm talking about is what happens if we start connecting with everyone. And I'll flip this vice versa. There are extroverts out there whose friends, you might look at them and you're like, wait, why are you with an introvert? I'm going to flip the script a little bit here from social isolationism to extreme extrovertedness. And I'll get to that. I'll answer that right now, Skukong. And I'm going to use this as an example. Guys, there are extroverts out there who hang out with a lot of introverts, not because it's like, oh, they're using the introverts, or like they're like, oh yeah, like, you know, it's their plaything. No. Actually, introverted people tend to go ahead and regulate a lot of the extroverted people out there. So if you think about it like the plane, a lot of times, you know, the extroverted people can be like the shield that a lot of introverts use in order to wave off, like, you know, the constant bombardment that is being social and being in that like awkward environment. But for the extroverted people, the introverts are sort of the ones that can ground them, tell, like, you know, keep them grounded in reality, and like fact check them or check them and be like, yo, I don't fucking like this, or so on and so forth. So they can be the wings in a weird way. It's an amazing thing to see, especially with kids, when they're interacting with one another and we start forming rituals and play, right? So they start balancing each other out a little bit, which is why it's always like an interesting thing. If you guys just sit back and observe, you don't have to be a fucking therapist, you don't have to be a psychologist, you don't have to be fucking anything. You can just sit back and watch kids play, like, you know, in a play therapy environment. What you'll see, or even in high school, college, whatnot, what you'll often see is this. If introverts don't want to, like, for example, if there's like any form of social isolation happening, and like, you know, you'll find the kid out back, like, it hurts seeing them just like trying to fit into a group but not melding in. The extroverts might sometimes be smiling through the mask of pain, and you're like, wait, what the fuck do you mean by that? They might literally be smiling. They might literally be, you might be like, wow, they're having such a good time, but they're done. They've been done for a good while, but they've been taught that that's how you're supposed to be, either culturally, by society, or something, right? Then if you flip it onto its head and do another one, right? Like, let's say that you go ahead and do like introvert meeting an extrovert, what you'll find is that give and take. It's like a give and take relationship where extroverts might help a little bit of the introverts start stepping out of their shell, start taking those first couple of steps, and the introverts might start grounding the extroverts into being like, hey, it's okay to say no, it's okay to do this, it's okay to just chill, you don't have to put up your mask. Extroverts might tell the introverts, hey, you have to say no sometimes. If I ask Masters, hey Masters, yo, we're starting a Philharmonica. We're starting a Philharmonica, man, and I fucking need you. Masters doesn't know shit about being in a Philharmonica, right? And you're like, well, a therapist just goes, fuck it, dude, we all do. Masters might say, hell yeah, but realistically, if he was an introvert and he doesn't know crap and like there's all this like pressure and stuff, he might be like, holy fuck, I want to say no, 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 but now that the pressure is being asked on him, he'll say yeah. And then like there's weird rules of play. So the reason why I'm talking about the stick in the rope, the reason why I'm talking about the stick in the rope particularly is this. We can connect with people with ropes, right? We connect with one another, we form this long chain. But with sticks, we can often cut like, you know, people out of our lives. We can cut those connections, we can do so many fucking things out there. And I think this is the beautiful aspect of this. Two forms of play. Either we connect with others or we cut those connections. And that's why at the end of the day, we're all homo ludens. We are individuals that even as adults, we learn through play. We learn through the aspects of play. We learn through the, like, even the emulation, for example, what we're doing right now in a stream on YouTube. Break it down to its basic fucking core and it's a performance. No matter what fucking emoji reactor or other person out there is watching this shit, right? It's like a theatrical performance that you yourself are a part of. And even in the comment section, I don't care for those people that are breathing heavy and fucking typing and whatnot. This is all a fucking emulation of what it means to be in that thing. You can either throw out a rope to try and form connections, or you can go in there with a big ass stick and be like, my opinion's important, let me beat everyone up, because that's how people are. People have these two basic rules of either trying to form attachments or completely rip them apart in some aspect, you know? And that's why I think it's important. I think it's important to go ahead and talk about it. It's important to bring that up because it's true. It's huge. Like aspects of this are, and of course you might think like other people might focus on like this is the way that the story is being told. I'm just talking about psychologically. This is what happens. I work with kids like this. Like I'm not talking about like, oh, I don't have firsthand experience. No. I do play therapy groups. I do like one-on-one therapy sessions, individual sessions with kids and adults, and wide variety of the population. When I'm listening into this, the number one thing that I'm starting to see is, number one, I'm fucking bringing it up. I don't give a shit now. We're 14 seconds in. I don't fucking give a crap. Let me cough a little bit, though. I'm a little sick, YouTube, so in case you guys didn't know now. Recovering from being sick, actually, but still, my throat's fucking a bummer. This might interest some people. I think this might be new for some people. Where is it at? No, it is not Piaget. We can talk about attachment styles in a bit. Hold on. I might have to fucking look. I had it. I had it out. I had it out a good while ago. Here we go. Do I remember his name? Of course I do. Of course I do. Here we go. This is it. Beautiful. All right. Here we go, chat. Sorry about that. Sorry it took a little bit. Not Eric Erickson. Here we go. Guys, this is Kohlberg's developmental theorem for essentially what it means for kids to go through and start evolving their moral and psychological development cycles, right? Because you have to remember, Piaget focused on developmental. Kohlberg did as well, but Kohlberg specifically did a whole moral theory as well in terms of psychological development in this, right? So, for example, number one, what starts happening well, if we're going to start looking at this, right? Infancy, right, is when you should start, like, this is sort of what people start going and start finding out the difference between obedience and punishment, right? Preschool, it's a little bit of self-interest involved in that. School age, conformity and interpersonal accord, otherwise known as attachments, right? As a little kid, who are we mostly based around, right? Our attachment to our caregivers, our mom or dad. I can bring up Bowlby, and we'll talk about Bowlby in a little bit. But when it comes to, like, school-aged individuals, this is all of a sudden we're shit. And this is why I always say, like, when we're looking at stuff, attachment is really fucking important. And a lot of people don't seem to emphasize your childhood years have an impact on you for the rest of your fucking life. You can work on them as adults, but the foundation for starting to grow and be a healthy adult starts from your childhood. And it comes from that, right? So, for example, the good boy, good girl of level effect, if effort is made to secure approval and maintain friendly relations with others, right? What happens when that is not met? That's where you start to get cognitive distortions. That's where you start to get like fucked up schemas. And fuck it, I don't give a shit. I'm showing my background on my screen here. Let me see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is. Psych theories. Cognitive distortions. I should have one. I have Piaget's right there. I don't care about schemas. Did I get rid of it because it was too ugly? Probably did. Oh well. So you can always be working on certain aspects in here, right? Well, this is the part of Kohlberg's theory. Essentially, like, as you grow up, you start finding out you should be going through these or working on these. But when people don't meet this aspect right here, they get stuck in certain things, right? Theories can be too ugly. Like, for example, how many, like, I still do from time to time get socially anxious. How many of you guys do? Throwing this out there. How many of you guys get socially anxious from time to time? Poor you guys are like, we're 14 seconds in. And you're already going off. Poor Twitch chat. Yeah. Often. Yeah. Okay. How many of you would okay, do you get socially anxious in big groups, small groups, or just presentations? Because there's a difference. I don't get socially anxious, but I get annoyed by being social, right? In big groups, new people, The pandemic was a godsend. Well, actually, Evan, there's a study on that. Hold on. Now you're making me bring this up. Hold on. Where the fuck is it at? Dude, I have a mess in here. I need to clear up my shit. I need to clear up my shit just base and simple. I swear I had it. Huh. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Okay. Okay, well, hold on. Wait, you're looking to, no, we're not looking to cognitive distortions, which is actually really interesting, right? This is, I still have more to add. As I said, I'm working to get my PsyD and whatnot. But essentially, right, one of the big things in this, right, is the fact we're being smart today. We're being smart today. With this, it's essentially like, yeah, introverts do tend to have a little bit of low social engagement, right? But you guys learn differently, and you guys are able to go out and adapt into those isolated environments a little bit better than other individuals.
This is
right?
big brain time.
But the number one thing is, in case you guys are wondering, this comes directly from introversion and social engagement scale validation, positive interaction with self-esteem. Yeah. So if you guys want to look into this, essentially one of the big aspects of that is that, you know, when it comes to introvertedness specifically, the way that people are able to go to make connections and the way that you guys value those connections outplays extroverted natures at times, right? Because for you guys, your connections, while small, I'll say you guys, I mean you in general, while small, might be more valuable than others. Of course, making those connections might be fucking terrifying. Making those connections might be like, I don't fucking know. I don't know what to do, so on and so forth, right? It might be absolutely fucking terrifying and whatnot, but the moment that you do have them, they might be worth significantly more. Okay, here's the thing for me: social anxiety doesn't come as often with new people, since I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna go with no expectations. I get anxious with new people when old people are involved, and because I think of old expectations. People are, yes, Skukong. Oh, I'm gonna start losing my voice from this fucking thing. Having these two at play, right? Old groups and you being in the middle and having different expectations from both of these people is always interesting, because it's the unknown. It's the uncomfortability of being stuck in the middle of two big fucking groups with different expectations or different versions of you in their head. Because you interact differently with those individuals than with those individuals. And that's how we all wear different masks. Anyway, yeah, so essentially what I'm getting at is, like, if kids at a young age aren't being helped, aren't being corrected in terms of like how to play, how to engage with others, and keeping others in the group, you get fucked up attachments, you get cognitive distortions, you get some weird fucking schemas and shit happening, right? And you'll often get hyperfixation into stuff, right? For example, I got really, really, really into martial arts, right? I became decently good. I know some people on YouTube land might be like, what? I teach on the side, I teach UFC and LFC fighters, upcoming UFC and LFC fighters from my gym, or my brother's gym. It's a generational thing. Grandparents knew martial arts. They taught, or great grandparents knew martial arts. They taught grandparents, taught my parents, they taught us, right? But you can hyperfixate into a point, because while I am social, it's like one of those things where I prefer to be alone, you know? I don't know how else to put it other than like, and so oftentimes I can use that as a form of connection with others out there who may like that similar interest, right? Because of that hyperfixation that I got into that sport. And for a good while it did happen. It's awesome. But then came the struggle again of like, what happens here? Anyway. Sorry, my throat's already... Can't tell. I do value my few connections, but it kind of feels like if something were to happen, I wouldn't care. Luster, that might be because of your attachment style. That might be... Give me a second. Oh, I shouldn't be talking so much. That might be because of avoidant attachment. If you're avoidantly attached, or you might have like a self defense thing. Thanks to Mad. Um, you might value those connections when they're with you, but if they're gone, you're just like, oh well, it happens. Anyway, all right, let's get back to it. I'll drink some water.
一人ぼっちの子。遠足の時に先生とお弁当のおか
Oh
ずを
no.
交換していた一人。
That's the worst thing to do, teacher. That's the worst thing to do. Like, I get it. It hurts. It hurts, teacher. I get it. Ugh. Fucking teachers. Just want to grab him. Fucking no. This is how you start creating, like, I get it. Sometimes you don't want them to be alone, but the way that you do this is you integrate them into the models. You don't become the model. Teacher messed up big time. Give me a second here. I gotta blow my nose. Like, I get it. Don't get me wrong. If you empathize with kids, you might be like, "Oh my god, yeah, I have to be there for them." So I have this rule. Hold on. I'm gonna. I, I have this rule on play therapy. Right, even with the little kids. You cost, for example, let's say that there's an issue, a confrontation or something. Any other of the therapists on board in there, they'll try and jump on and be like, "Oh, let me fix it." I just sit back and I'm like, "Fix it yourself." Like the first time I did that, the kids were like, "What? You guys are gonna be adults. Talk it out. Fix it yourself. If it gets to a point of it being too much, I'll step in. Go on." And it fucking blew their minds. That like it complete like they were like, "Oh, we have to fix it. You're not gonna fucking tell us what to do." I'm like, "No, I love you guys. I respect the hell out of you guys, but it's up to you guys. You guys caused an issue. How are you guys going to fix it?" And all of a sudden, it's like, "Oh shit! Wait a minute. Like, wait a minute. We usually had other people step in and like help us throughout the process or help us do certain things, but you're telling us like we have to start facing the uncomfortable nature in front of us. We can't fucking hide behind the shield of like our phones or screens or something and expect it to be fixed." And it's like, yeah, that's how like adulting is like, and that's how you start implementing those skills where it's like you're not reprimanding them, right? You're not telling them like, "Oh no, like, like you shouldn't be like arguing with one another." No, you're telling them, "Hey, in real life, there are people, there are groups, especially as adults, whatnot, that are gonna try and isolate you. Your own work might actually make you feel isolated. Your home, you might be the black sheep in your family. Other individuals might quite literally push you off to the side, but how are you gonna take that first step? What do you want to do to connect with others, and how will you connect with others without going into an extremism?" Because that's the key there. Seeing that light bulb moment in people's eyes when they start realizing, or when someone actually has the capacity to explain that to them, is huge. So third party of being told how to do or how to interact with things. Exactly, Sagasu. But that's the key thing there is once you start introducing elements of like, well, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do certain things? It's like, whoa, wait a minute. What do I do if a friend avoids confrontation because it's too uncomfortable for them to face whenever I or they have a problem? Cough me. I'll be straight up with you. I have this rule, even with Brady. Brady and I communicate all the time, right? But like, say that we run into an issue, I would rather state it out loud and out front with him. It's to be like, "Hey, look, this is a situation that's happening that's pretty uncomfortable. But I just kind of want to see if we can work this stuff out, like, where it's coming from." And Brady's like, "No, no, whatever." And I'm like, "Dude, like, I'm telling you that like this thing that you're doing is making me uncomfortable, or vice versa. Let's work on it, because that's what friends should do. Otherwise, if a friend's like, 'Nah,' is that a true friend?" And that's the key there, is you have to be open to, number one, what are your standards in your friendships, right? How do you make connections? What are those standards of your friendships? And if they don't meet those standards, will you validate them? Or is that are they gonna keep being important to you? Why or why not? Anyway, sorry guys.
ぼっちな子。ただいま。部活も入らず、放課後は即帰宅。スマホに届くのは親からのメッセージかクーポンのお知らせだけ。
What is she, a Discord kitten?
後藤一人、中学1年生。
Oh, never mind.
たまーに思う。このままでいいんだろうかって。でも私、話す前にあって言っちゃうし、目合わすのも苦手だし、ザ・陰キャのような日々が身の丈にあって。
これ見てる？
It's interesting already that for her it's interesting already that for her she's already describing herself as like, I stutter, I do this, I do that. So she has a weird perception of herself, right? Again, this is sort of what isolation from childhood can happen, right? You can start developing these cognitive distortions, these weird schemas. But my thing is, if she starts to make friends, I don't think she'll fit in immediately, right? Others might try and like include her in sort of things, but your own self-talk might be your worst enemy at times, right? Your own cognitive distortions you might think of yourself like a parasite amongst them, right? Where you're like, oh, I'm not even sure if I fit in here, or oh, they're only using me only to get rid of me later, or oh, so on and so forth. I can totally see this sort of mentality starting to evolve, type of thing. It happens. Negative self-talk, especially when like you don't have a good supportive system or a system that helps you get up and out. It can be fucking rough, dude. Then that's why I bring it up. This shit's.
学生の頃は教室の隅っこで本読んでるふりしてるやつでした。
Oh God.
それが今では若者に絶大な人気を誇るバンドになったと。
まあ、バンドは陰キャでも輝けるんで。
そうなんですね。それではお聞きください。
Okay, hold on. Is this a music anime? Are we about to see a whole-on music anime? Oh no. All right, I guess hope it convinces me. I thought it was fucking metaphorical. I thought Bocchi or Bocchi the Rock was literally like a fucking metaphor for something. And like I was about to be fucking dumbfounded by the end, like, oh shit, it's like the Rock of Life or something. I didn't think it was gonna be like the Rock, like rock music. I thought it was like, oh dude, I can't sleep. Right? Oh, I was legit thinking it was like something else. Okay, I mean, hey. Oh, fuck. All right, hold on. But yes, all right. Oh, my thing is yes and no, because even being a part of the band, guess what? You have to socialize with others, so that doesn't keep you as an introvert. Granted, like an extreme introvert, you still have friends around you. I guess it depends on how you define an introvert person. Interesting enough, though. Hold on, I'll wait till we. I'll see.
それが今では若者に絶大な人気を誇るバンドになったと。
まあ、バンドは陰キャでも輝けるんで。
そうなんですね。それではお聞きください。インストームスで引き金。
お、どうした？
お父さん、ギター貸して。
いいよ。
ありがとう。
そうか。一人もつい。
Hey yo, but that mama though. Hey yo. Oof. I'm.
パンダだったら、私みたいな人間でも もしかしたら輝ける。
Hey guys.
決めた。ギター上手くなる。で、学校でバンド組んで E A G.
Yeah, Elvis always goes boogie down freeway or something, right? Or, oh wait, she's learning chords. I was like, wait, 1 second. Time to become a hero, dude. I have a feeling she's about to be like, what's that guy, that famous guy on YouTube? Or is it all good boys do fine always or something? Something like that. Fuck it. I forgot it, dude. It's been a hot minute. In case you guys didn't know, I was actually every good boy does some shit like that. I completely forgot. Eddie Von the Mirror, famous. No, the Do, right? The guy on YouTube that's like an insane fucking like shredder guitar player or whatnot. Yeah, there you go. What is she gonna like become, like the next fucking like epic gamer here?
それで文化祭でライブしてみんなからチヤホヤされるんだ。
See, but would she even be able to handle that? Like, oh. Let's roll that back a little bit. At this point in time, she set up a fucking goal at playing at a cultural festival. But she yet has to interact with other people. Yes. Yeah, she has a dream now, but you also have to set up sub goals. And I think this is where a lot of people fail, and they're like, it's sort of like the New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, you know, whatever, right? And then they're like, I'm gonna get like a 12-pack. Yeah. So okay, say that you want to get a 12-pack or whatever. I don't fucking care, whatever your goal is. But how are you gonna get to that 6-pack? Before that, how are you gonna get like a 2-pack? Right? Before that, how are you gonna, you know, go to the gym? Like what's gonna drive you to go to the gym aside from your all-time go? And a lot of people, for example, a lot of people jump all the way towards the end and they're like, that's what I want. And they go to the gym every single day for the first week and then they're done. They didn't see any results. Sorry, that's it. Right? And they didn't reach any of their sub goals because they didn't know. They just saw the beginning and the end. And there was nothing in the middle. No in between. So they're like, what do I do? You know, and it happens a lot. Not just with like fitness, but with anything, really. Drawing, painting, music, even making friends. I have a friend of making 1,000 friends. Yeah, but before I get to 1,000, I need to make one. You know? Success only, no steps. Tupac. Well, you gotta take steps, and that's the big thing there. And like, I'm sure that she'll slowly start to get there. Either that or displacement might happen, which is like, yeah. And I think this is sort of what's happening here. If you want me to be... Oh, first off, she's fucking shredding. Holy fuck, dude. But before that, hold on. This is a 100% a standard case of displacement. And this is... I'm gonna call out some parenting stuff here as well. This is 100% like an issue for the fucking parenting shit. Where do we go? Music. So here we go. Here's another research article. As I said, I am going ahead and like for my side D. This was beforehand. I have attachments and 101 other aspects in here. Sure. So displacement is instead of dealing with the issue at hand, you take it out on something else. You do something else in order to go ahead and instead of dealing with that issue or trying to confront that issue, you now integrate a part of it, right? Sometimes people go into like they hit a wall in order to take out their anger. Ugh, look at that, Kyle. Let me drink my monster, right? That's a fucking displacement of anger. But oftentimes people can displace that anger into other activities as well. Oh, I have a displacement of extreme schema work or extreme fucking cognitive distortions where I feel like I'm going to be a failure. So I dump all of my insecurities and issues into trying to be a Twitch streamer. So I stream every single day on here in order to try and go ahead and like have like some sort of self-esteem met, right? That's a displacement, right? Um, oh, I try and, fucking play drums, right? Or I'm trying to go ahead and like make friends, but no one can really understand me or my needs. So instead, I take it out on the drums and I become a sick ass drummer because no one's doing anything, and that's the way that I regulate. Actually, Ed, has this paper been peer reviewed? Yeah. Yeah, this is actually here you go. You have all of this. Let's go all the way down. Yeah. A Journal of Healthcare and Engineering. There you guys go. I'm not gonna go into the specifics of this, but essentially, right? The number one thing, and that if I remember this one correctly, if not, you guys can fact check me later on, is essentially that, like, for example, music therapy in general, as a also let me make myself bigger. Why am I so small? Music therapy in general as a key foundation, like of like and it doesn't even have to be music therapy, but playing music in general is actually really really good at being able to go ahead and relieve a lot of negative emotions, right? So like if you're under high intensity stress, work, all of that, what helps? What helps other than helping, like letting out all of those things, right? So for example, um, what was it? I think it was this one where they were like, high intensity music helps you with managing so many things. I was just depressed for 3 years. That's why so many people are into rock and heavy metal. Yeah, progressive music is what keep or like heavy metal, whatnot, loud noises, whatnot helps you quite well. That's the same reason why we watch a lot of people on YouTube, including our Twitch, right? Because we get either we learn something from them, or in our tiny little brains, like all the emoji reactors that fucking do the same face over and over again. There's no shade to them, but we get a dopamine release from them, right? Because you're helping meet a qualification in our little happy brain where it's like, oh, he's like, they're doing this, right? So rock, metal, EDM, all of this stuff, all of it is done in a way that genuinely like helps relieve certain emotions or stressors. And I think this is why I'm bringing it up, and I think this is why it's super duper important um, to talk about. They do serve the world. But interesting enough, hold on. It's a bit of a rough one. I see it already. Uh, this is why is this paper in here? Sorry. I was trying to show you fucking trash paper. I'm bringing it up, chat. YouTube, I know you're probably like, what the fuck, dude? Where's it at? I know it's in here. Hold on. I know it's this one because I remember fucking reading it a good while ago. And in case you guys wonder, do you tend to read this shit just for the sake of it? Also, what's up, T? How you doing? Yeah, I do tend to read research papers because it helps a lot in like learning more and understanding sort of like how people are growing and like how the fucking session is growing. Wait, what Master says? What are you talking about? How long has it been, mods? All right. Okay. So for example, and I think this is a huge one here. Here we go. Evidence suggests that music therapy, music in general, when added to a treatment, if you're going to therapy, so on and so forth, psychotherapy, play therapy, whatever it may be, can help people affected by any depressive disorder, such as major depression, improving symptoms related to the condition, and it's most frequently it's comorbidities such as anxiety, which includes social anxiety. Additional social, occupational, and psychological functioning may improve among individuals who are involved in music, in addition to treatment as usual. Why'd I bring that up? I brought that up. And because here's the thing. For her, she might not know this, right? I mean, so she at least persevered for 3 years. 80% of people, true masters. But what I'm getting at is she was using that as an emotional regulation technique in order to go ahead and manage her stress, right? Transform her, either like going on depression or anxiety or whatever it may be, into an outlet for herself, right? I'm not even fucking throwing shade on that. I'm actually saying that that's a good thing, right? 'Cause she at least went in a productive way. But in here, we actually have a paper, and this paper is by Cochrane Library, by the way. And the name of this article is like Music Therapy for Depression. It's a review. So quite literally, this is stating out there, hey, music, playing music, being a part of music therapy or adding it onto your interventions, right, helps people. Like, it helps as a form of displacement for individuals who are depressed, who have forms of anxiety, right? By being able to go ahead and sublimate it with it. And that's huge, if you think about it. And that, like, in terms of making friends, in terms of actually being able to go out and grow and go out there and, so on and so forth. Like, that's, yeah. Anyway, sorry, guys. You guys might be like, resident sleeper mode here, but I mean, it is what it is. Anyway. Where's that? Here we go. Also, might have to mute it because intro. I like the nah, it's cool. I am looking away because I don't want to be spoiled. Chat, entertain me, please. Hi, what's up, Requeek? What's up, Hyper Gecko? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What's a chicken's favorite pool game? What is it? Thanks so much for the stretch. Oh. Oh. Marco Polo. Good episode. Genuinely good episode. Very manipulative, that, like, guy is, though. Here we go. All right, let's go. Nah, man, you guys are gonna get muted. All right.
と決意した高校生活も始まって早1ヶ月。心の拠り所はギターだけ。引きこもり一歩手前です。作詞作曲私。押し入れより愛を込めて。
From the closet? Oh, fuck, I'm dying. Just come out of the closet. It's okay. It's okay. Just come out of the closet. We'll accept you with open arms. The closet has the best acoustics. Sometimes it does, yeah. She's been literally... So, okay. She has a laptop, so I'm guessing this is modern, right? Based on a lot of my kiddos that I work with, uh, that do have, social isolation issues and whatnot. Um, a majority of them did have like a talent that they really got into, and a majority of them like to share that talent. So I'm guessing that more than likely she either has like a TikTok, YouTube, or some shit that we're gonna see, right? Where they post it. What's up, Magic Crap? How you doing? Where they post stuff out there in order to get that validation or that interaction with others, since they're afraid of actually getting that interaction or validation IRL, like a lot of people do. A lot of people hide in Discord comments or in YouTube comments in general, or Twitch chat or whatever. And they can say really mean things, but they would never say that IRL, right? Because they're afraid of like the actual consequences that would come with that. With this though, you would often see people, for example, people that come on here and like perform or do certain. This is Luster, stop calling me out, please. Oh, I appreciate you, Magic Heart. I really do. But like oftentimes is you'd get people who like put their stuff out there as testers, but also as that form of that social interaction to keep their like masking on, like their ability to go ahead and like say, oh yeah, I talk to people, and it's like the YouTube comments, or it's like people on like a random website, right? Or it's like, for example, some people who are really like they can't interact with people at all, right? Or like they hate interacting in groups and whatnot, yet they go on Omegle and they talk with the random ass strangers, and they're like, well, I did great. That's exactly what the real world is like. And it's like, no, like people on the internet, like I'm sure even some people on the YouTube comment section might pop in here and be like, it's too long, you go off topic, blah 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 blah. People are in their own little world, in their own little bubble, and they don't understand sometimes that, for example, in a live environment it's different than specifically tailoring it to whatever, right? Also, have a good night. Appreciate you, Alex. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because in situations like that, yes, while you can put your voice out there and other people get to know more about you and all of that, it can also start impacting like the way that you form those connections, right? Because all of a sudden are people interested in you, or are people interested in your talent? That's huge. That is huge, right? Because you might be like, oh yeah, we're connecting on Warhammer, right? Fucking loved Warhammer for a good little bit. It's amazing to have a good skill, whatnot, right? But like, let's say that I started putting out there like me drumming, right? Just fucking drumming over and over again, right? And I'm trying to make friends and whatnot, but they only see me as the drummer. Are they interested in me as an individual, or are they interested in my skills as a drummer? And that's sort of where my mind is going to, right? Because oftentimes, especially with my kiddos, that's one of the big things, one of the big conversations we've had to have, which is like, how do you make friends after that, right? If you start connecting with someone based on an interest, right? Are you just connecting based on that interest, or are you connecting because you want to know more about them than just that? And that's big. Anyway, no, it's okay to have like it's awesome to go out and have specialized interest and put yourself out there and whatnot. But it's also like know your boundaries, know where it's at, know good and bad, and all of these things. Anyway.
真夜中に私のクソなオリジナル曲でご近所トラブルを起こす前に人気バンドのカバー動画アップしな
Oh
き
fuck.
ゃ。
I may have stopped it a little too early.
お父さんに勧められてギターヒーロー名義で弾いてみた動画上げ出して。
Guitar Hero.
けど、あ、この前の動画もうこんなコメントついてる。
Hey yo.
最近は再生数も結構あるし、うまいって言われるし。 そうだよ、現実が辛くても大丈夫。ネットには私に反応してくれる人がたくさんいる。
No.
ここには私と同じネクラコミュ障が溢れて。この曲バンド組んで文化祭で弾きまった。
No. You can get something positive from online interactions, like community, right? Like you can definitely get into a community of people that like you and whatnot. It can be too hard to get into a friendship due to interest and realize a few weeks maybe isn't a good match. Yeah, Mashiro-sama, that's something like honestly, that's one of the biggest things that like, and I hate to say this, but like, before I would read like a majority of the YouTube comments, until they started turning nasty, like, you know, and nowadays it's just, you know, I don't really read a lot of the YouTube comments or some of the YouTube comments because it's back and forth, right? And it's like, all right, at the end of the day, like, I love you guys for watching, everyone in my community, but it's interesting because everyone always has an opinion as to what to do. Like, you know, like, oh, do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. It's always to tailor to their needs, but they never think about like, oh, like this, like what about like the individual behind it, right? Because they're always like, oh, you should do it exactly like this person. It's like not possible. We're streaming. Um, why does this look like crap? Okay, thank you. It's like a constant wave of negativity, and if you surround yourself and you like read into it, it might really start fucking up your psyche, you know. And people always forget there's a person on the other end. Yeah, or people. It's always interesting. It's an interesting dynamic. I always find it, at least. Which for me is like, don't get me wrong. Some of the positive ones, mods always point them out, or my brother does. But I just like I try to stay away. Like I've learned my lessons of like, yeah.
私だって努力はした。 CD 持って行って机に置いたり、話しかけて、バンドグッズ持ってアピールしたり、話しかけて、お昼のリクエストソングで、次の曲は2年 A 組後藤さんのリクエストです。当時ハマってたデスメタル流して、お前の頭蓋骨を破砕したぞ。
Talk to me. I'm gonna keep amping it up. What's next? You're now. Hold on. What's next? Let me guess. Oh, hi guys. Oh, yeah. So sorry, guys. Oh, this thing. Oh no worries. Oh yeah, no. It's just a guitar. Oh yeah, sorry, guys. Oh, I'm just walking around with it at school. Like, there's no band or anything here. I'm sorry, guys. Totally see her fucking just stepping up. Sorry, guys. You know, let me just walk to school with the guitar, even though I'm not in band class. No, but fair. She'd actually have to talk to people. I just dropped my Magnum guitar. But no, like, what I'm getting at is, like, number one, I guess it's gotten a bad rep in a lot of places. Like, all right, dude, whatever. Let me play you a song, man. It's like the college guy with the guitar walking around trying to fucking pick up on everyone, right? Um, but no, when it comes to that specifically, let me take out my cough drop real quick. Yeah, I've been sick. That's how you can tell. When it comes to that specifically, um, if that were to happen, my thing is, it's like a very niche thing, right? If she wants people to interact with her, think about it this way. Who will interact with me if I brought a chessboard? I'm just walking around with a chessboard. Because I'm sure that she'd be down for any form of conversation. But what specifically is that throwing out there? And the chat goes silent. Someone who's really into chess. Okay. What happens if they want to play me in a game? But I've only played with bots. Or myself. Oh, fuck. I might be fucking golden. at playing against fucking Bot Hikaru and Bot Magnus and all of these fucking people, right? But all of a sudden, this guy's making conversation with me, and I have to make a move. And I don't want to be rude. Oh yeah, no, I just have to move my pawn, but you're telling me about your fucking life and you're trauma dumping on me, and I've never talked with someone, but you're telling me all of this stuff, and the clock's running down, and you just won't stop, and I gotta move, and so on and so forth. Same thing with music. If I am a musician, right? I'm a drummer, and yes, I am actually a drummer. I've been a drummer for like 10 plus years. Actually, funny enough, there's a couple of really big streamers on here, and we all did drumline together at the same time. It's kind of beautiful, kind of wonderful individuals. And I'm pretty sure, so if you guys know Twitch, if you guys know some of the bigger streamers, you guys might know some of them. They're in different areas of stream, which is absolutely wonderful. But awesome. Anyway, whenever it comes to drumming, right, even it's the same thing. If I'm socially if I'm socially anxious, right, and say I'm part of a band, and I'm like, hey, or I join your band, right, and let's say it's Masters, Hixar, Emma, Rickweek, they're all singers, guitars, bass players, a guy on the fucking like the guitar just fucking like the entire fucking thing, and I'm like, and like you guys are going like, say 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, you'd expect something like at least to stay on fucking beat, right? But if I start adding in fills, right, because I've only played with myself, and I'm like, you know, like, or you know, just fucking start adding in and start going hard and overpowering you guys. Oh, sorry. All of a sudden, guess what? Yeah, I might be a fucking amazing drummer. I might upload some amazing fucking covers. But if we're in a band, I don't know how to play in a band. I know how to play by myself. And I'm overpowering you guys. Is that a band? Or is that just loud noises? Until that fucking group starts to gel. And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. And I think that's why it's like super duper important. I actually play a guitar IRL. Oh, that's awesome. And I think it's an important element, an important everything to bring up, like in situations like this. And that's why I'm bringing up the whole concept of like wearing your personality. Or people say you should wear your personality to start. So it might be, right? But you also have, Mickey, you also have people who wear anime shirts who only know one anime. Oh, hey, I like their My Hero Academia shirt. Wow. Okay, cool. What's your favorite character? Oh, hey, have you seen Chainsaw Man? Uh, well, what about like Sword Art Online? Fuck it, I'm gonna throw Sword Art or Demon Slayer or Attack on Titan or Pokemon. I only watch My Hero. You're like, okay. Psyculturist band or the self-care bandit? ReZero, anyone? That's why I'm bringing it up, because like it's okay to like something, but if you're only limited to that one specific thing, and like you say you haven't branched out, you haven't heard various things, it's pretty hard to go off of that, right? Who are embarrassed to wear their anime shirts because they're scared of being seen. Oh god, what the fuck is My Hero Academia? Yeah, people wear band shirts like that too, right? Like I've seen countless people wear Metallica shirts, and the only song they know is the one from Master of Puppets from Stranger Things, and you're like, all right, bro. See, but they're... Oh, God. I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right. No. Oh, oh, fuck. That's some big brain time.
一気にバンド女子だ。ただものじゃない感が半端ない。存在
Yeah,
感すごい。
this is big brain time.
これは絶対
Let me guess, no one's gonna talk to her. People are gonna see her. No one's gonna talk to her. You haven't changed anything fundamentally about your approach. What you've added is, oh, no one's talking to me. No one's talking to me. No one's talking to me. Can I join your glass wearers, glass blowers association? It might be some small things, but you guys see what I'm getting at? Because you have to remember, it's like, what, high school now or middle school?
誰か話しかけてくれる。
Yeah, someone's got to take that initiative, but you also got to take that initiative to talk, right? Also, people might approach, but again, approaching for her or approaching for skills?
はず。今年の文化
I
祭
mean,
は
my thing is wear what you want to wear. Like, I will always say this. Wear what you want to wear. And I'm a big promoter of this. Be fucking weird, right? But not the fucking creepy weird. Just be, like, if you really want to go out there, especially in high school and middle school and whatnot, and you feel like, because there's a lot of social stigma and pressure to conform and do random shit. Like, but honestly, just... if you want to wear your fucking My Little Pony shirt with, you know, Rainbow Dash or, you know, like anyone on there, wear it. Who the fuck cares, dude? And do what you need to do. Because here's what the biggest thing is. What's going to happen in a couple years? You're probably going to forget about it. No one's going to fucking care. No one really cares. Oftentimes, the importance and the value that we give onto others' opinions far outweighs our own. And ain't that a sad thing? That's such a sad concept to talk about, how much we value others' opinions about ourselves. How are you going to tell the personality of someone with the suit? But that's why I'm saying it. Like, we put so much stigma and pressure on kids to act and be a certain way that if you ever just took the time to actually, like, talk to them and, like, you know, get to know them and be like, hey, where do you want to go? What are you struggling with? How do you want to grow? So on and so forth. It could go a long, long way, and that's huge.
忙しくなるぞ。
And no one talked to her. Yeah. To be fair, I'd be your friend. I'll be your friend. I was the type of kid in high school, and you guys have seen Rosie and, you know, and Audie, you know, and where I talked with everyone, dude. I don't give a shit. You might be like dressed weirdly. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna go talk to you, see what's up. And talk to everyone. I don't care. You know, we could all be Bocchi's friends. Yeah. I was that theater kid, that theater band kid that was like in fucking drumline and whatnot, that didn't really care. He was just there to have a good time and talk with everyone, see what's up.
次移動教室理科室 B。この後さ、カラオケとかさ。
Aww.
あれ。深夜テンションのまま暴走しすぎた。こんなにわかりやすいほどバンド少女感出してるのに。あえて話しかけてこないという可能性は。ないないない、精神崩壊する。見て見て。今笑われようものなら精神崩壊どころか消滅してしまう。やばい、可愛すぎて笑っちゃう。
Hey, yo, who's this? Someone finally took notice. But also, Guys, how many of you guys genuinely thought that other people, for example, your self-talk, your cognitive distortion, and whatnot, like how many of you guys genuinely thought that other people were making fun of you, or that other people would talk crap about you? Say something happened, an incident, whatnot. High school life, it's weird because as a society we overvalue that, and that's why people peak at that point. Like I hate to fucking throw it out there, and I can bring up some studies as well where a majority of the time people that are like, yeah, I still think this to this day. No, I'm not talking about the thoughts. I'm talking about just general, like, people. A lot of people peak in high school. Like, that is the maximum that they feel that they're gonna go ahead and, like, reach in terms of social interaction, engagement, self-growth wise, and all of that. Because that's where they had the most power over their own selves and social realms and all of that. It's kind of sad to think about. Especially as you keep growing up, you keep saying, wait a minute, you can always work on yourself. You can keep getting better, get a better job, work on your skills, so on and so forth. We're continuously peaking in our lives, more like an increasing. Yeah, well, we should always keep going up. With Skukong, there are some people who their only experience, their only memories that they're willing to talk about is high school. And if you notice, a lot of society, USA, where's the most attention placed in the United States? Prom, high school. Wow, you could do so much. I remember my high school years. What about college? What about work afterwards, right? Anime. Where does it mostly take place in? Usually a school. Usually around high school age. I peaked when I found this stream week. Oh, thank you, mate. What about people who think high school was their lowest point, like Rudy? No, guess what? A lot of people, and I have to find that study and I'll throw it up on the Discord, who thought that for some reason it's like essentially like waves intersecting, right? Where people who peaked started going like that at least they thought their life was like, you know, on a downward trajectory. Like, oh, there's moments of like ups and downs, right? It's not just a single line, but it's like going down while person was like opposite, right? I peaked in my mid-20s, but I'm happiest with my life currently. High school, even in isekai, it's school of some sort, usually in another world. What's for big dinner, Ed? Oh, I need to find out what's for dinner, actually. It feels like a defeatist to me. But that's the thing, is you can always work on yourself, right? Just because high school is made to be a big deal doesn't mean anything. You can fucking keep peaking on yourself, or you working on yourself and be like, you know what? Fuck it. I am gonna peak now, dude. This is my opportunity to fucking grow and evolve and be who I need to be, right? College, 3,000 times better, 300 times better than high school. Honestly, yeah. High school for me was weird because even though high school for me was just a chore for me, the reasons after some years high school finished, the majority of my ex-school may say that they got inspired by me for some reason. Let me throw this out there. And this might be a big one. And this is something that I've always thought, and maybe you guys should question as well. And this is even for this environment in of itself. The friends that you had during high school, the friends that you have now, are you friends with them because they meet all of your qualifications for being a friend or being a partner or a lover? Or because they're there? In high school, a majority of the times the friendship groups that we make are just because they're there. A majority of the times the partners that we make in high school, you know, that we get in partner, in you know, whatever. So because they met some qualifications, Cool Kong, yeah. But like even then, here's where I'm getting at. Specifically when it comes to a partner, majority of the partners that you make at such a young age, it's not because they meet all the qualifications that you personally want. Because I'll tell you what, if you're like, oh, dude, but yeah, they like, you know, they met all the qualifications, whatever. If I were to take you out of that high school and drop you in another one, I bet you with 100% fucking certainty, you'd probably find someone else there. Because of propinquity. Because of the fact that, like, they're there. Because of the fact that other people are around you. Because that's your new environment. Because of 101 aspects. Psychologically speaking, this is why, right? Okay. For example, long-term relationships, right? This might be a big oofer for some people. And this is why relationship counseling is huge. Long-term relationships, or like long distance, my bad. I think that's a better way. Oftentimes it's like, oh, after like, you know, some people really thrive in that. For some reason, makes them miss one another. But others, they go long distance and all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. There's more options. There's more opportunities. There's different things out there. Different experiences. So it's always interesting. It's always interesting to throw that out there. And that's why I'm saying, like, as you mature, of course, you start setting in standard, in stone, sort of what those expectations are, what people need to meet, don't need to meet for you, for friendship groups, whatever, right? And as it should be. Raccoon! Hola, ¿cómo está, señorita? Ojalá que estés bien. But anyway. But those that share my interests will be the ones that... Exactly, Dark Thug. Exactly. Because all the other ones were just like, whatever. Hi, yeah, whatever, you know? Yo también, Raccoon. Yo también. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a fucking minute. Is that a grown-ass man in this park for kids? That's a grown-ass businessman with a suit in a kid's playground. I feel like I've seen this in the beginning of a hentai or something. Hey, yo.
いや、分かってますよ。他力本願で物事うまくいくはずないって。ここに集う人たちは私と同じで孤独を抱えてるんだ。あの人はきっと家庭内で。
Oh. Okay, he had a child there. He had a child there. Oh, he had a child there. He had a child there. Okay, I think we're good. Grown-ass depressed salary man on this. Hey, at least... Yeah, fair enough. I know that their work culture is insane over there. Right. He's sad because they didn't sell him a Happy Meal. Aww. Oh, waiting for her parents. Okay, okay. We're just... Bro, you have more subs than I do. What the fuck? Look at you go. Let's go. Bocchi just fucking killing it here. Let me guess. Wait, is that a Dorito in her fucking head? Is she like the Dorito queen? What the fuck is that? Is that a Dorito? Is this a Dorito girl? Yeah, she has a Dorito head. Our new queen. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the self-care Dorito queen. Our queen of the fucking Psyculturist network here. Because apparently she has a fucking Dorito head. I appreciate you, Lester Candy. Have a great night. If she's a drummer, she'd just be like female version of me, I guess.
私、下北沢高校2年、1時2時か。後藤ひとり修華高校1年です。ちなみにひとりちゃんはさ、いきなり名前呼び。ギターどのくらい弾ける？あ、そこそこかと。そっか。さ、ちょっと今困ってて、無理だったら大丈夫なんだけど、困ってて。絶対大丈夫ないやつ。思い切って歌おう。お願い。私のバンドで今日だけサポートギター
Oh no. Oh no. Careful. 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 It worked, but at what cost? Are you sure it's not a scam? Or like a sex trafficking ring? Or they might take you into a weird, creepy fucking warehouse or something? She doesn't even know how to react yet. She got a but yeah, that's how a lot of extroverts are, dude. We adopt introverts, right? But is she ready for it? Yeah.
来てしまった。ひとりちゃんは下北はよく来る？あ、いや、こんな個性みなぎるおしゃれタウンに。
See, this is beautiful. Animators knew what the fuck they were doing. Animators knew what they were doing. The frame of walk, even like the position, like it, you know, the positioning of this, like who's confident in what they're doing, who's not confident, just off of like their like the way that they're communicating with one another, right? Their body position. One swaying their arms, one of them's clutched in with all of these fucking walls and stuff. That's awesome, dude. That's a lot of attention. Otherwise, they could have animated them just straight up, but no.
来れるわけない。ライブハウスもうちょいだから。にじかちゃんはおしゃれだな。これこそバンド女子って感じ。それに比べて私は芋ジャージだし、クマすごいし、猫背だし。
That's self-talk, though. Do I smell like mold? What are you gonna do? Start smelling yourself, then start smelling her and be fucking creepy? Because you don't know how to, like... Hold on, I gotta copy. You don't know how to interact with others, so... Oh, God. Please don't.
それに引き換えにじかちゃんめっちゃいい匂い。本来あるべき女子高生の香りだ。歩くペース早い？いえ。今日出演するライブハウスはスターリーって言うんだけどね。私出演するライブ
I mean, it can, right? Like... Hold on. It absolutely can. Being lonely does impact. In a second, I'm building it up. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So check this one out, right? Where's it at? Fucking found it. Specifically, in mixed, so power dynamics, the introvert can often be judgmental of peers, and the extrovert is appreciative of those peers. So in group settings, essentially, judgments may come to pass in of yourself or in of others, right? But you also have this one where the extrovert served as the propeller, as I was just mentioning earlier, right? And the introvert is usually the sounding board. The extrovert will serve as the sounder, the talker, and the other one is more of the listener. And it's a good way of trying to go ahead and balancing it out. So this is actually really, really interesting. However, introverts, there was no evidence to support that introverts would accommodate to extroverts or vice versa. Instead, the introvert accommodated to the extrovert's preferred conversational content, the social drama aspect, and the extrovert accommodated to the introvert's preferred locale, whatever, staying close to home. That's wild. And that's a weird way to thinking of like how we frame our, like, you know, how we make our friends and how we establish those as what's important and not. Yeah, that's wild. Wild shit. Anyway. So what am I getting at here, right? She will more than likely get to hear pretty much everything and start adapting and maybe have to start socializing with others if she is a part of the band and start growing on those skills, right? and they'll try and make some adjustments. Either she's gonna bring her on board with some consequences or something. We'll see.
でね、私そこでバイトしてて、ひとりちゃん実は結構運動できる？
いえ、でもドッジボールだけはなぜかいつも最後まで残ってました。
そっか。
私がライブハウスで演奏。ダメダメ、今弱気になっちゃう。思い出せ、妄想で毎日した文化祭ライブを。そして初のワンマン、接吻、スーパーアリーナ。私は武道館をも埋めた女。
え？
あ、いや。頼む相手間違ったって思われてませんように。
頼む相手間違えた。着いた。ここだよ。
All right, bro. That's kind of terrifying.
魔境？
おはようございます。
But also, was this a house? Is this just like the basement of a house or some shit?
頼む相手間違えたか。着いた。ここだよ。
Cause this just seems, oh yeah, this just seems like a regular ass neighborhood, and it's like, oh yeah, we're going down to the basement, man. It's a bar club. Okay.
おはようございます。
I mean, I'd go to this like bar club
ライ
thing.
ブハウス。この暗さ、圧迫感。落ち着く。
ひとりちゃん大丈夫？
私の家。
違うよ。今回も PA さんね。今日共演するバンド
バンドってどうしても怖そうなイメージあるけど、所詮インドアの集まり、影の女、陰キャの集団、みんな私と同じ。
そこにいるのが PA さん。
おはようございます。
来てすみません。
All right, let me share with you guys a little something. Number one, never piss off the PA. Number two, this is kind of funny because it's true. Even as a lightboard or a switchboard operator, we always have the fucking sign, and yet we're the ones that break it, dude. We're the ones with the fucking drink, and they're just fucking sipping it all up like, hey, yo.
おはようございます。
来てすみません。急にどうした？やっと帰ってきた。りょう。この子、
Hey,
伊
yo.
藤ひとりちゃん。奇跡的に公園にいたギタリストだよ。へえ。怖っ、睨まれてる？この子はベースの山田亮だよ。後藤ひとりです。大変申し訳ございません。大丈夫だから。亮は表情が出にくい。
The blue-haired wife who plays the bass? Oh, fuck. The subwoofers after big... Yeah, dude.
って言ったら喜ぶよ。嬉しくないし。
嬉しそうだ。
そういえば店長が時間まで練習しとけって。あと2時間が勝手にライブハウス抜け出したこと怒りながら買い出し行った。
She got so mad she went out shopping.
ひとりちゃんもほら。
But does she slap? That's the only type of bass I'll accept. She has to be a slapper.
現実は怖い。でもこれから楽しいことがたくさん待っている気がする。
これ今日のセットリストとスコ
バンドメンバーは？
ア。これで全員だよ。私たち今回はインストバンドだから。
この曲ならいける。でもボーカルいない分演奏頑張らないと。私ギター上手いらしいしやれるはず。演奏聞いたら2人とも驚くかも。だ
Hold on. I'm just dying on the side. Give me a
ネッ
second.
トだと結構、いや、割と評判いいし、登録者数3万人だし、よし、やってやる。
それじゃあ行くよ。
You're gonna go way too hard, dude. I can already tell. What did I say, guys? What did I say? Also, no, let me keep this wide open for you, Magic Carp. Uh, yeah, what did I say? Being in sync is extremely important. Like, it is what it is. For example, if say for some reason Dark Thug, TLC, and I are playing in 4-4, right? We're going 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4 3 2 3. But Cough Me, the Mad, and Reek Week are doing 3 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3, right? If we're playing together, we're only gonna line up once every like 4 bars. So it would sound disgruntled. And that's why it's important to be in sync and know, for example, what time signature we're playing in and what key signature we're playing in. That's huge. Otherwise, if you're speeding up the tempo, slowing it down, whatnot, it's gonna be fucked over all over the place. Also, she's a drummer? My heart, dude.
どうもプランクトン後藤です。売れないお笑い芸人みたいな人出てきた。こうして後藤一人は灰となり、もう二度とギターを持つことはなかったのでした。
Yeah. Yeah. This isn't the end. No. Maslow's hierarchy made a debut. I know, right? But I guess hearing that, like, I'm like, A water fucking plate. I'm very good. I like that she's in the trash. Like, yeah, that's where a majority of us belong. Touch me, double. What's up? How you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. But no, like realistically, hey, this is a good aspect of self-esteem. The one time we fuck up in an aspect that we think we're really good, this trash can was made for me, brothers. I belong in the trash, brother. But no, like a majority of us, like it's. Here's an interesting concept. And I guess I'll throw this out there to chat and to YouTube as well. Do you guys, for example, when your friend's feeling down, are you guys always there for them? Like, hey, you're amazing. Wow, you're so incredible. All of these like wonderful things, or no? I try though. Okay, well, how is it that, well, here's my big question, right? Because oftentimes, like, we are really harsh critics on ourselves, and that's a standard with anything. But how is it that we always try to put other people's, like, oxygen mask first before our own? And I don't mean this to be like, oh, you have to be narcissistic. No, you can be empathetic 110% in that. But, you know, oftentimes I've encountered a lot of people who have the lowest self-esteem possible, but yet they're always the caregiver for everyone else. And it's like, fuck, dude. It's like, fuck. If you're out there, say that you have a full cup, right? You have a full cup right here of whatever. And this is all your self-love and compassion. Boom, friend one comes over and they're like, hey, I'm having a really bad day. You pour it out. Friend two, blah, you keep pouring it. At the end of the day, you're only going to have very little for yourself, and that's terrifying. Because that's all the amount that you have to work for. Empathy is so important. Thanks so much for the follow, Friggy. I really appreciate it. Empathy is I can't stress it enough. Empathy is something that can always be worked on and improved.
Guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes. What's with these guys? It's like one of my Japanese animes. What's with these guys?
Is it continuing? What the heck?
It's like one of my Japanese animes. What's with these guys?
Okay, there we go. Empathy is something that everyone should work on, should strive towards improvement, right? It's something that everyone should absolutely keep focusing on, should absolutely keep improving, should absolutely keep doing everything that they can to better themselves on. You're not just born with extreme empathy. You improve your empathy meter throughout, like, every time, right? So what I'm saying here is, like, being empathetic is key for everything. Be empathetic towards yourself, be empathetic towards others, and grow in love and all of that. Harakiri show?
大丈夫。一人がやじられたら私がベースでポムってするから。ベースそんなファンシーな音しますかね。
She is such a bass player though.
ロック免罪符すぎる。それにうちのバンド見に来るの多分私の友達だけだし。私友達2時間だけだから。普通の女子高生に演奏の良し悪しとかわかんないって。炎上しそうな発言。ね、だから安心せい。
You can say she's based.
私は良し悪しわかるけど、量は普通じゃないから。いや喜ぶな。ごめんなさい。けど無理強いするもんじゃない。だよね。無理なお願いしてごめん。いやそこは。本当に嬉しかったんです。声かけられて。
Aww.
ずっと組みたいと思ってたから。でもメンバー
Is this the start of a friendship?
普段は何弾くの？結成した時すぐ対応できるようにここ数年の売れ線バンドの曲は大体。すごっ。いや全然。結局こんな感じになって、やっぱり私には誰かとバンド組むなんて。売れ線のカバーばっか。なんかギターヒーローさんみたいだね。知ってる？多分私らとそんな年変わらないんだけど。私知らないなら後で URL 送るよ。もう最高にうまいから聞いてみて。最高。私もおすすめに何度も上がってくるから見たことあるけど、すごくうまかった。ね。
She really is excellent.
センスはちょっと痛いけど。私フォローして新着通知もオンにしてるんだ。
Speaking of which, hey, if you're liking the content so far, make sure you hit that bell button, get those notifications on, like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. 60% of you guys that come onto the channel aren't subbed. Now's your daily little reminder here. Hey, click that sub button. It's absolutely free on YouTube. Shield Master 100%. I know, it's the top of the hour every hour. Guys, make sure that 69% of you guys heard it here from Sagasu. If you guys are following here on Twitch, make sure or lurking, make sure that you guys follow. Guys, it's as easy as a click. And join us for more chaos as we go through.
一緒に演奏してみたいな。今したんですけどね。何が言いたいかっていうと、上手くて話題の人もね、私たちが見てないところでたくさんギターを弾いてきたんだろうなって。後で見てみて。動画見てると伝わってくるから。現実世界の人たちは誰も私なんか興味ないと思ってた。今日がダメだからってバンド諦めるのは早いって。私たちがあれなだけかもだし。あれひとりちゃん？けどこんな優しい人がずっと見ていてくれて、私なんかに声をかけてくれた。こんな奇跡多分一生起こらない。絶対無駄にしちゃダメだ。
My heart
私
hurts.
もしかして出てくれる気になったとか？ひとりちゃん？頭では分かってる。
For those of you guys that have performed, I'm throwing this out there, right? That performance high. She's melting again. I know, she might be melting now. Because a lot of people are always like, oh no, she'll melt during the performance. I think she might be fine. There might be stuff going on in her head. But once you get in the zone, you're in the zone, baby. You're in the zone. Like, even when it comes, for example, to acting, right? When I first started acting, I'd be like, I'm fucking terrified. I gotta go out there and say one word. Oh, fuck. Can I fuck it up? Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. I guess I gotta go out there. Yeah, there's 500 people watching me. You know, so on and so forth. And once you are in the anticipation, yes. And you have to take, like, like pre-show poop or pee, you know, you gotta go to the restroom beforehand, because like let's be real, your anxiety's fucking skyrocketing. You're going through all the things like, if I fuck up, I fuck up. But once you're in the moment, hey, you're in the zone, you're in that performance zone where it's like you just start to adjust. People's strings might break, but guess what, they start adjusting to it too, and it's awesome. It's wonderful. Yeah, sometimes I stumble, sometimes I hit it. Yeah, and even if you fuck up, guess what? You don't recognize it, or like you do, but like at the very end, you're just like, it's done. It's fucking done. Like, yes. But before you get on, before you, like that, like first line is said, before anything, that's probably where the nerves are the highest, and that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome that they're showing that.
怖いならこれに入って演奏したら？いつも弾いてる環境と同じです。どんなところに住んでるの？皆さん、手を振って盛り上げていきましょう。少し気が大きくなった。そういえばライブでなんて紹介すればいい？ひとりちゃん？本名でいいかな？
Snake.
じゃああだ名とかはないの？
Bro, she about to like full on like Falcon, like Fulton recovery, all these people. Fuck, dude, that's some Metal Gear shit. Hey, and you there? Oh. Oh.
一人ぼっち。ぼっちちゃんは？またデリケートなところを。ぼっちです。喜んでるし。
Oh.
とか初めてで。なんか涙出てきた。まだバンド名聞いてなかったです。
See, this scares me though. Holy fuck. Okay, yeah. This terrifies me though, because individuals like this are the individuals that like manipulators prey on, if we're being realistic. Chat, can you tell why? YouTube comments, can you tell why? Yeah, I am throwing that out there, and I am taking a break, like an actual conversational break on this, because seeks validation, they don't trust themselves, obedient, easygoing, caves into social pressure, can't say no, she'll do anything for a little validation, yeah, low self-worth, yeah, all of the above, yeah. You guys are, yeah, you guys are hitting it. The self-esteem, there's clearly an issue or gap there. You know, if you start looking into like the seeking validation, her form of like tonality, she's so insecure. Yeah. And for that, like, and this is a terrifying aspect. It doesn't have to be like a manipulator in terms of a partner. It can even be friends. Friends that overstep their boundaries and try and like change or manipulate a person because they're easy to, because they're there and whatnot. And it's like, oof. Not doing what they want will cause the, yeah, exactly, School Kong. And all of a sudden there's like a weird fucking positional thing where it's like, I can't say anything bad to them. They're friends. What happens if I say something bad to them? It's a weird parataxic like formation that starts happening here. You know, it's a dysfunction altogether. For being really real about it.
結束バンドだよ。結束バンド。結束バンド？傑作。寒いし絶対帰るから。可愛いよね。あ、はい。バンド名は後回しで、そろそろ出番だよ。大丈夫。下手でも楽しく弾くことだけは心がけよう。音ってものすごく感情が現れやすいか
はい。
技術を求めていくのは次からで全然いいよ。
True.
次って
True.
よし、行こう。
私次もいていいんだ。
はじめまして、傑作バンドで
Oh, bro, she just fucking stole my heart, and she's a drummer. Oh, the Dorito. Oh, I will cut your Doritos.
今日はみんなも多分知ってる曲を何曲かやるので聞いてください。
誰？
Back it up, back it up, back it up. Hey, hold on. Who the fuck was this One-chan over here?
次もいていい
Who
んだ。
the fuck was this One-chan? Hold on. I'll give a fuck. Y'all have your performance.
はじめまして、傑作バンドです。今日はみんなも多分知ってる曲を何曲かや
She's
る
in
の
the
で聞いてくだ
box.
さい。
Snake. Is that her sister? That's Dorito Girl's sister. That's Bigger Dorito Girl. Hey, yo. It's Bigger Dorito Girl. Or her mom. Hey, yo, if that's her mom. Oh. Hey, yo. She got a hot, even more Dorito. Okay. Okay.
いつもの実力出せなくて最悪だけど、バンド組んで誰かと演奏するのってこんな楽しいんだ。私
I'm not an expert in guitar playing.
バ
I
ン
just
ド
want to
組
see
ん
the
で
drum.
誰かと演奏するのって
Interesting. Interesting. So French grip instead of traditional? Okay. Okay. How accurate is it?
こんな楽しいんだ。私
I mean, it's
今日最高に輝いて
ない。むしろ人生で一番惨めかも。
oh.
ミスりまくった。
MC 滑ってたね。
Wow. They Bob, dude, that fucking cracked me up, and I coughed. The fuck, I'm dying, bro. I'm dying. No, it's that cough is it's just really bad. Like throat back here, scratchy, itchy, brocky. They recorded, yeah. That's what I was like. They're using like actual grips, and it's not just like the traditional like this grip. Hold on, trying to see, because usually like for some reason, a lot of people only know like the traditional grip, which is when you hold one stick sideways and the other one like that, so that you're able to go across. But not a lot of people do the traditional one. But that's what you should use, especially if you're going for up highs.
何怖いんだけど。
Hey, yo.
次のライブまでにはクラスメートに挨拶できるくらいにはなっておきます。
何の宣言？目覚ましい成長。でもさよーし、じゃあ
今からぼっちちゃん歓迎会兼ライブの反省会だ。
今日は人と話しすぎて疲れたので帰ります。
Fair.
眠い。
Fair. It's a battery, dude. It's a fucking social battery. How many of you guys have that? Accurate. I'd fucking do, dude. Like, once I reach the end of my social battery, I'm just like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna dip. And I'm straight up about it, dude. I'm like, yo, I love you guys. I'm gonna dip. My social battery's drained a little bit. I'm gonna go knock out for a bit. If you guys are still up by the time I'm up, I'll be back, you know. At clubs, dude, I could fucking go dancing. I like, Euro Ed, Euro Brady, you know, we'd go dancing, the whole fucking deal, right? Once I got my fill, you know, I was like, you know, I kind of want something more intimate. Hey, yo, Brady, I love you, man. I'm going to disappear into the night. He's like, what? Boom, I'd go off with whoever I was with, right? Friend, partner, whatever. Just disappear. I had my fill with all the energy of that club, the environment that we were in. And I was out and about with like one person, maybe like chilling, you know? Chilling, eating something chill, you know? So on and so forth. Damn, Ed's a vampire. But no, I think social batteries are extremely important and something important to talk about with others, because it is absolutely true. Like, there are some people that can keep going all night, and some people are like, hey, you know what? I've had my fill. I love you guys. Go have fun. I'm out, guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow or something. And it being okay in a friend group and all that.
絶対コミュ障を直してギターヒーローの私としての力を発揮するんだ。にじかちゃん、りょうさん、結束バンドのために。
すみません。Oh, what a great fucking show. It's good in that it brings up different concepts of social anxiety to talk about in a way that a lot of people aren't used to. I think most people, you know, they hear a lot of stuff and like they're like, oh yeah, I know what social anxiety is like, and it's like, okay, well, let's talk about it. This is a good way of like presenting that. Speaking of which, this brings up this aspect, the role of introverts in communication, right? Let me go all the way down. I know. By the way, if I have them on here, it's usually because I've already read past them. Where's it at? Wait, there's more? Hold on. Where the fuck is it at? Let me find it, guys. Give me a second. There's a specific quote that I wanted to bring up from this. Here it is. Here we go. So this whole thing goes over like the different communication aspects, especially of introverts. And it says, when I'm going to a network event or something, I put on my game face and it feels like I'm becoming a more outgoing version of myself. They explain, people think I'm definitely not introverted at all, but I leave the event exhausted. Being an introvert has made them more observant, allow her to better assess the situations and make better decisions. People who are introverted like to think before they act, being able to assess situations before they dive in, before tackling some kind of, crisis or whatever. We notice things that others don't while they're busy being extroverts, and I think that's super duper important. When it comes to situations like this, one of the big aspects, and this is why I was talking about that social battery, and it's this. Guys, we all do it. Is there a dark mode in here? Is there a way that I can get this into a dark mode? But no, we all do it, right? We all have our own little mask, our own little, like, social battery and stuff, dark mode. Our own little social battery and stuff that we put on in order to go ahead and adjust to it. In order to go ahead and like adjust to events, being able to go ahead and see what's surrounding us and all of this. So I think like it's super duper important to go ahead and like address this and say, hey, you know what? This is common. This is common stuff that like is happening out there. And it's not something that like is unique. It's something that like it has been studied and it's out there for individuals that need it. So where's Bocchi in this? Chat. If we're doing this, where's Bocchi in this? Does she have her physiological needs met? Yes. Does she have her safety needs met? Yes. Does she have her belonging and loves need met? Love the anime. Appreciate you, Magic Crap. Love you, man. No. Does she have prestige and feelings of accomplishments? No. Does she have any self-actualizations at the moment? No. Well, partially only her, but she doesn't have friends. So she's in between steps 3 and 4, right? So for us, automatically, this is automatically what it's going to show, right? There's going to be big struggles in any form of prestige. So if she earned something, did I earn that? Did my group earn that? What does it mean to grow and fail and all of these things with feelings of accomplishment and friends? and ultimately striving to become better musicians and better everything. This is sort of the core as to where the struggles may come through. And this is huge. Like, aside from like social anxiety, it's also like, what does it mean to be in this span? What does it mean to grow? What does it mean to face the struggles that you didn't think that you would have to face until now, right? And that's absolutely huge. And through that, we bring this up. We clearly saw as a kid, her family. I think her family was there with her, right? But one thing I didn't see is the fact that, like, they were communicating as to what may be going on. So where would you put her, chat? And I'm doing this because chat should, like, especially those on Twitch, they've already had enough experience to me throwing this out there at them that they should be open to go ahead and, like, figuring this stuff out without me hand-holding them, which is pretty cool. Avoidant, fearful, more dependent in relationships than avoidant. Yeah. Strongly fears rejection. Yep. Has low self-esteem. Yep. Has high anxiety in relationships. Yeah. Yeah. But where does this stem from? Think about it. Fearful. Isolation. So anytime that we think about isolationism, we can, like, any form of, like, trauma or anything, we can sort of remove this one and just think about these bottom three. And I think this is huge. This is something, like, to be looking into as her character keeps growing and evolving. So we can already put that Bocchi might have an avoidant, fearful attachment style. We already know that she's in the third layer of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? So now comes the big part. Now that we know that, now that we've put in all these pieces together, what is going to have the most direct impact on her and change her? Chat, I bet you're like, what the fuck, dude? I know. We have social media, right? So here's the thing is, she unknowingly went, like, to the second one. So we can talk one layer, right? 2 layers is out here. 3 layers. She went to the third layer with mass media, or second layer with mass media. That would start impacting her because she thought mass media would lead to her peer group changing, i.e. start influencing all of this. Social media is probably going to have a big thing, yeah? Social media is definitely going to start influencing this peer group shopping centers. She has to be involved in the commercial side of shit, yeah? Because guess what? If she has a band, what will she eventually need to start doing? Advertisements, all of that stuff. School is probably going to get impacted as well, right? Educational system. Parent and school, all of that starts getting impacted by one another. But what immediately does she have to do to start having that impact? Bocchi's going to the real abyss. And here's the thing is, for her to start making changes, there has to be a fundamental change in either the home, school, neighborhood, her peer group, her friends, or religious organization. Her peers have already started changing. So that's automatically going to send the shockwave in. Like a little, imagine like these being waves. It's going to send the wave in, and guess what? She's going to react because that's the way that time is. Time is going to put pressure and start sending waves out. So she's going to start changing this environment as well. So the peer group is the first one. The peer group is automatically going to keep growing because of her social media profile, which is going to start impacting both her ad thing and her school environment, because more people are going to start to know about her, especially if it does start to grow. As this starts to grow, guess what? That's going to start impacting her as well. Starts changing stuff back out. This is huge. This is a prime example as to what the ecological theory means and how it works, right? Self-care Dorito girl comes in, the self-care Dorito girl queen comes in and like pushes it in, you know, like, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that, changes her environment. It throws everything, dude. It's quite literally a fucking change. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, is why these changes are important and how that starts influencing pretty much everything going forward. And sorry if my voice is sounding a little fucking weird. Right? And here we go. Probably make myself smaller. You guys are like, what the fuck are you doing? We're talking about the impact that this show is having on someone. I'm trying to go ahead and give you guys exactly word per word what's going on. So look, this is what I was talking about when I said displacement. or sublimation. Sublimation, here we go. Satisfying an impulse with the substitute's object in a socially acceptable way. Sports is an example of putting your emotions, aggression into something constructive. When I'm talking about all of this stuff, I know some people out there like, you're just fucking talking nonsense. No, I'm not, dude. A majority of this literally comes from these psychological principles. For example, with sublimation, it can also be putting in your guitar work. And oftentimes we do these in order to not necessarily work out the actual kinks or the actual issues that are present in our life. And that's what's huge. With her, fuck, I hope my OnlyFans doesn't pop up. We're typing this in. All right, boys, last one. Where are we at with this? Oh my. Zoom in. Okay, the first one, polarized thinking. Yeah. A student who gets an A- on an exam feels like a failure because you're used to getting A+ grades only. They have the mentality, if I'm not successful at everything I do, I am a complete failure. Mental filtering. Negative mental filtering. We're going to go with that. An employee receives a good performance review but focuses on one negative comment their manager made about them. Disqualifying the positive. A student gets a good grade but overlooks it and tries to explain their grades as simply luck or a fluke instead of hard work. Overgeneralization. You know, jumping to conclusions. Catastrophizing. A person's lunch date is running late and assumes the worst. The worry escalates quickly and the thoughts become exaggerated. Minimization. An athlete wins an award but does not acknowledge their accomplishment. They minimize the importance. Personalization. You attend a party, but all your friends are busy engaging with other people, and you feel like they do not have any interest in your friends engaging in conversation with you. That makes you feel like you're not, that you're excluded. Blaming. Placing blames on relationship issues on your partner or others instead of sharing the responsibility. So it's a victim mentality. There's also black or white thinking, but what's up, W1PBA? Honestly, it's quite a bit of all of them. It's quite a bit of all of them. If we're doing all of this. Oh, I didn't perform it exactly 100% the first time. Polarized thinking. Wow, I must really suck. Oof. Yeah. I'm let me focus on that negative comment, like, you know, I just thought out there. Ooh, let me go ahead and, like, you know, they're spending time together. Oh, they must not like me. Kind of like you start catastrophizing it. I can see a bit of pretty much like 3, 1, 5, 6. Taking all of this, dude. So does she have cognitive distortions? Yeah. Does she have a lot that she needs to work through in this show? Probably. Do all of us have some sort of cognitive distortion? Yeah, for the most part, to lesser extents. But I just think that this show did an absolutely phenomenal job at, like, being able to go ahead and modernize some of these, like, concepts, I guess, of, like, hey, this person has social anxiety. Yeah, this person has social anxiety. How do we approach it? And it's not like, here it is, here's all the typical tropes. It's like, wait a minute, we're gonna make this, like, relatable in a good way. I'm really enjoying this. I'm excited for the second episode. This was only episode 1 and it lasted this long. Apologies, YouTube. It is what it is. I'll try and keep it short next time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave that thing. And guys,